It won't be like Mission Impossible where the tape will have to self-destruct, okay?
Um,
Yeah, so grant stock, we pull some, but you guys, it's really important that you want to look to the UEI number is called the Unique Entity Identification Number. And it used to be the Duns and the Sams number, but they now came up with this new thing. And you have to have it to apply for grants. And if you don't have it, you won't even get the money. We applied for a federal grant and they wouldn't give us the money until we got a UEI number. Okay.
right.
So we can kind of tell you the steps to go through, to go to SAMS and what you have to fill out and all of that to to get that UEI number. But while you're doing that, we can also look at some grants, okay?
All right.
There's also some other things. Loretta,
Yes, sir.
do you have the thing when we were talking with Senator Granholm? And she was talking about how churches can get solar and that kind of stuff and tax credits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I may have to look it up, but yeah, I have it.
all right, we need to send them that too,
Okay.
so they can look at how, because what it is, Iris, is that for a long time, other people could get tax credits if they put solar on their roofs. And tax credits mean if I owe money to the state, if I owe money to IRS, rather than paying it, I have a 10-year period where I can just deduct that, have that that deducted because of the cost of the solar panels I put on. Churches couldn't do that because churches don't pay taxes.
Right.
But they just came out with this thing, and we haven't tried it yet, but they came out with something where instead of getting tax credits, they give the churches money when they put solar panels on. And so Loretta is going to send you the link to that, okay? We also are looking at where we talked about the rapid response disaster relief kits, where we showed the video to see if we could get some funding for that. I crunched the numbers, and for us to do all the churches under the bishop, we're talking about $1 million plus. Okay,
Mhm.
so we're trying to find a federal grant that we might be able to apply for that. Okay, so we have that, and we have the 6 grants, right, Loretta?
Yes, sir.
6 grants, and we also, and I know you guys are super busy all of the time, but it also would be good if we could introduce you to some folks and you could come on some calls with us, okay? For example, there's a woman with the Environmental Protection Agency who was very helpful, Jennifer Williamson. And she not only, we told her what we wanted funding for, and she actually found 6 grants for us. And they're like, all these things are coming out so quickly, the deadlines are really close, So she found 6, and the deadline for one is July 31st. She gave us them, about 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
The deadline for one, July 31st. We're not gonna make that one. We're working on one now for August. Let's do August 2nd. We think we're gonna get that out the gate. And then the other ones are due in September. So I think it would be helpful if we can get you to come on one of our calls, because we don't have, do we have a call scheduled with her next?
No, not yet.
All right, so we need to set up one.
a call.
And
yes,
maybe
sir.
if you can see when Iris and the bishop are available,
Okay.
we can kind of come up with a time when all of us are available.
Okay.
And Iris, she always also was extremely helpful because she got a student out of Delaware University who's experienced in writing grants, and she's helping us, and we don't have to pay her. Yeah, so, wait a minute, Iris, you didn't say anything. I usually cheer when I hear the word free, right?
Well, that
Are you?
did make me excited.
So, so those are some next steps. So I don't know if you're capturing them, but we can share the recording. So let's get your unique entity identification number. Go to, you have to register us to is registering at grants.gov, and we can help you navigate that because it's huge and it's crazy. But basically, you would put in like what agency or what issue you're looking for, and then you would want to look for grants that are posted, that are available now, or grants that are upcoming, and then you just have to do the drudgery of looking through them and seeing what best fits you and your mission statement. And then from there work, identifying some of them and us going for that and seeing if we can get some help, right? You have I can't remember, you guys have a grant writer?
Right.
I couldn't understand what you said.
I said, no, we don't. You are our grant writer.
Oh my God.
Then you just wrote one for us.
Okay, so
Yeah, you all did one for us, what, about 2 months ago, maybe?
yeah. Okay, so we'll look at that as partnering on some, okay? Another thing to do too is like what tell me again exactly what you would like to do. What are you looking at? Because a lot of this money is tied to climate change and environmental
Infrastructure,
justice.
yeah.
Yeah, and that kind of stuff. And you guys are getting walloped by climate change, the tornadoes and all of this stuff. You're getting walloped. And there's a lot of money for what they call the Gulf South,
Mm-hmm.
Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, and Alabama. There's a bunch of money for that. And not just with the federal government, but with nonprofits also.
Okay.
I mean, not nonprofits, foundations. Have you done a search to see what kind of foundations you have in Mississippi? That would
No,
be helpful.
no, we have not.
Okay, that would be real helpful because, like I said, we got so much going on
Mm-hmm.
and I don't mean just doing work, but trying to identify and find these things. It would be really helpful if you could do like a Google search and find out what foundations you have in Mississippi. But basically, you're looking at two things. Well, more than two. You're looking at three things. You're looking at the government funding, you're looking at foundations, and then you're looking at like family trust. Okay. Family trusts are like a family will get together and they'll say, we want to give away $50 million over the next 5 years. Once they've given away that money, they just shut it down. They shut it down. So you probably have some family trusts and some foundations in Mississippi, and those would be the ones that know the situations on the ground, and then also we'll look at also the bigger funders, the regional funders and the national ones, and get a better idea of what you guys want to do. And also what kind of expertise you have among your congregants. Um, Teachers, lawyers, doctors, um, because God, y'all got a whole bunch of people out of all those churches, and they can be very helpful. You see what I'm saying?
All
Iris?
types. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure. Maybe my internet goes in and out, but that's right. We
Yeah.
have basically any type of profession you can think of, we have it in the church.
Yeah. And see what happens is, and this is all churches, people go to work every day, and then when they go to church, they're like, I'm not gonna do anything in my church.
Mm,
We have a college professor that we're writing a grant. She's a botanist.
mm,
And not only that, she knows a bunch of farmers, and she licensed farmers who want to grow hemp, new crop for farmers. And she's on the advisory board, the EPA Science Advisory Board. So she has all these credentials, and you probably have people within your church like that. So if you can make some kind of assessment, that helps a lot, because when you're writing grants and they're looking for experts,
mm.
um, y'all have a ton of them. So it's like identify the grants, identify, they call them SMEs, SME, subject matter experts, that we can write into the grants, and that sort of thing, okay?
Mhm.
All right, so Loretta will send her some of the 6 that we have,
Mhm.
okay? Some of the others, and we're gonna need some help on your end, so we're gonna need some help with research and bringing, getting us some local information. So is that gonna be you, or do you have some other folks who we would be working with on that?
So Bishop has dropped off, but these are his decisions.
Mhm. Okay,
And hopefully
uh,
he'll be able to connect, but if not, once he reviews the recording, then he can let me know and I'll let you all know who he selects.
okay,
Okay.
great.
Then we'll get contact information for you.
Mhm. And the other thing is, do you know what his schedule is like, um, the week of September 17th?
I don't have anything for him that I'm aware of, but I'm not
Okay.
his scheduler either.
Okay.
So, but there's nothing that I'm aware of.
Okay, September 17th is a climate week, which is like a huge thing with people from all over the world and across the country. And I think they've been doing this since 2007 or something in New York City. So we have this our 7th year, Loretta,
Yes,
for our
sir.
Global South
Global
Summit.
Summit.
So this year, we always did it a separate week, but this year we moved it to the same week as Climate Week.
Okay.
We, one thing we know that we're gonna do for sure is that we have some rooms at the, what used to be one of the, facilities that, they used to call themselves the United, Methodist Women from the
Mhm.
United Methodist Church, but they changed their name to United Women of Faith. And they have a lodging place. Don't ask me what it's like, because I've never been there before. But we have 7 rooms there, Loretta.
Uh-huh.
And so it would be great if the bishop, now if he wants to stay somewhere else, you know, but that's up to him. But there's a lot of activities. We're going to, every year we go to Union Theological Seminary. We put on an event there. We'll do that on the 22nd. And there's a bunch of other events we're going to be involved in. But I think it would be a great opportunity for him to meet some people. And we might be, I know Packard Foundation will be there. They're one of our funders. And there's some talk about us maybe having a funders briefing at Ford Foundation.
Mhm.
So he might want, it would be great if he could come. Green Faith is another organization we work with. I'm on their board. They do work nationally, and they work, I always say they, and I'm on the board. We work in 15 countries. So it would be great for him to meet people
Okay,
and make some connections there. And I'm actually trying to put together, in addition to Union Theological Seminary, I'm trying to bring together, and he knows a bunch of churches from your denomination, bringing together a group of clergy,
correct.
and asking the Biden administration to declare a climate emergency, because every day in this country and around the world, something is happening with the weather now.
Mm.
And it's just going to get worse. That's what the scientists say. So it would be great if he could join us.
Okay,
If not that entire week, then part of the week, and definitely at Union Theological Seminary. The person who hosts us every year is Corinna Gore, who is Al Gore's daughter. And so she and I work closely together, and her father and I have done some things together. So I think it would be a unique opportunity for the bishop and you or whoever else he brings with him. Okay, so if you could share that with him and let us know, we could, because it'll be, the 17th will be here quick. So we're trying to lay out what we're gonna do that week, okay?
okay, I'll let him know. So he would just be responsible for transportation and meals,
Yes, yes,
and then you would have a room for him.
yes, yes. I'll take care of his room, yes, if he takes care of his transportation and meals, yes.
Okay, I'll let
And
him
we'll,
know that.
yeah, and we'll have a schedule, and if he can connect, how many churches y'all have in the New York, New Jersey area?
I'm not sure, but we can find out.
That would be great
Bishop would
too, if we,
probably know how many jurisdictions. As far as churches, that may be a little more challenging, but
Mhm.
I'm sure he could tell you right off how many jurisdictions.
Okay, that would be great too, if we could bring together some, because when you do something like that and you take the pictures and if we could have a bunch of pastors and clergy, particularly from the Church of God in Christ, and he's kind of there leading it, and you do that, you do a report, and you send that to funders, that is a really good way to get their attention. You know what I mean? Yeah, a really good way to get their attention, where oftentimes they'll come back to you and say, hey, are you interested in doing something?
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
all right. So Loretta, anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay. Iris, you have anything?
No, I don't. I thank you all so much. You've given me a long list of to-dos.
Okay.
But I'll look forward to getting the audio as well to share with Bishop. And you have timelines, just send that to me and I'll add it to the to-dos and we'll start working.
Right, and we'll set up another call. I'll be gone next week.
Sure.
Birthday celebration and my 41st
Oh,
wedding
I love it.
anniversary. Yeah,
Oh,
so
congratulations and happy birthday too.
thank you, thank you. So we'll be going next week to Portland, Maine, where it's not hot, right?
How super awesome. Yeah.
And
I
so
think
Loretta,
Bishop on now.
is the bishop back on?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Bishop, you popped in while we finished, you know that? But we did record it. And we'll send the recording to you. I extended an invitation if your schedule allows for you to join us in New York for
Okay.
a climate week in New York City, because that'll give you a good opportunity to meet a bunch of people.
Okay. Sounds
Mhm.
good.
Okay, and and I'll give you a call. So because as many clergy as we could gather, that would be great. And on the 22nd of September, we're going to host a 2-hour event at Union Theological Seminary. But I'll give you some more details. And I'm just kind of rushing because I'm still not finished. I have yet another Zoom call before I could go home. And I just finished one 2 minutes before we jumped on, so I'm kind of running out of steam now. But what's a good time? We'll send you the recording, but I can also give you a call. What would be a good time for you? Oh, is he still? We can't hear you, Bishop.
Yeah, his line is muted. Oh, there
Can
you
you hear
are,
me?
Bishop.
Yes, we can hear you now. What's a
Yeah.
good time I can call you? We'll send you the recording. We recorded our discussion, but what's a good time I can call you?
Well, I have a 6:30 this
Mhm.
evening, and it's probably gonna last about an hour. Tomorrow I'm traveling to the coast, but anytime tomorrow or tonight, it doesn't matter, after 7:30.
Okay, I got a 8 o'clock call that doesn't end until 9 my
Right.
time.
9 would be better.
Okay, all right. So I'll give you a ring after I finish my
Okay.
last Zoom. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir.
All right.
Take care.
Thank
right,
you,
thank
and
you.
thank you, Iris. Okay.
Yes, of course, no problem at all. Well, I'll
Okay.
look forward to talking back a little later.
Okay, all right.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
All
Bye.
right, y'all do too.